And I just happened to look through one little hole in that pop-up blind, and as far away as I can see, here walks a buck. I can just see his antlers come up above this little hill, and he's not very wide. He's probably right at his ears wide, but oh my goodness, is he tall. It's an early muzzleloader hunt. No scopes, just plain old open sight. By then it's almost dark. Legal shooting time ends a half an hour after sunset. He's right there. He's about 75, 80 yards away, and he's angling his way right in front of us.
Winchester's World of Whitetail is brought to you by the Dallas Safari Club, promoting conservation, education, and ethical hunting worldwide. Nikon, the trusted name in optics. Winchester Ammunition, the American legend. Thompson Center, America's master gunmaker. Cabela's, the world's foremost outfitter. The Buck Bomb blows away traditional scents. And by Bad Boy Buggies, they'll never hear you coming.
It's the Kansas City prairies on today's episode of Winchester World of Whitetail. This is the home of the pure-blooded Kansas deer and the land where Stan E. Christensen, owner of the original Kansas Trophy Whitetails, outfits his hunts.
How you doing? How are you?
Yeah, how are you?
It's super,
Good
son.
to see you.
Good. Same here, son.
Did you order this weather for
Oh yeah, son. It's been pretty warm, but this just blew in, son.
I was driving up, I'm going, oh my gosh, no. You know, 80, 90 degree weather, and get out here, step out of the vehicle, and it's in the 50s.
Yeah,
or so.
yeah. So,
Feels good.
yep, it does.
You got a fire going in?
Yep. Let's go ahead. Come on in.
Stan and I have been friends for many years, and he runs Kansas Trophy Outfitters. And it really was such a great thrill to be up here, because for many years Stan and I have been trying to get to hunt together. Stan's been trying to get me to come up, so we kind of caught up on old times, did a lot of visiting, and then Stan kind of filled me in on some of the things that he'd been seeing.
One place, there was 13 bucks coming in Velvet. They're all good deer, but there's one really monster, and there's at least 5. I think they're probably 160 or better there. So that.
The key factor in finding top quality bucks is location, location, location. On the land Christensen hunts, the deer have been about everything they need in terms of habitat and feed.
The habitat here is a lot of plum thickets, a lot of tall cottonwoods, pasture land. There's irrigated farm ground. There's a lot of dry land. There's wheat, milo, corn. There's just a lot of stuff for those animals to eat. I mean, and we have areas where there's like maybe 20 sections or 10 sections without a road going clear through it. And you never know what's going to grow up and come out of those pastures when the rut starts.
God, this is such great country. You've got so much food in here.
Oh yeah.
You know, and there's so much cover with all this other, like we talked earlier sometime, a lot of times these deer getting this stuff right here, don't they, to bed up?
Yeah, they do. And people think that like they're in the trees and everything. Well, they are when they're running their scrapes and stuff like that,
Right.
but they're out in these little patches. It'd be amazing how many big deer that make it through. And the thing is, it's so thick they can just lay their head down and you walk right by 'em.
Drive by it or walk by it, either one. I mean, you wouldn't have to be 10 steps away from it that far. Thankfully, Stan set this thing up about a week or so ago. Well, there are not many snakes here, but I'm gonna be sure first. You know, they got the little prairie rattlers in this country. I hope you're the one right there. 200 yards to the brush line. I don't think I'll be shooting quite that far with the open sights, but it's been years since I've hunted open sights. Got set up in this bean field overlooking an area where Stan had been saying there's water off to the left. There's very dense bedding cover that nobody goes into, just beyond the edge of the field. Didn't take long until deer just start kind of filing out a little bit here, a little bit there, small buck, does, fawns. As the afternoon wore on, we spotted a couple of bucks way off in the distance. They just kind of appeared right there on the edge, but they were relatively small bucks. It was about 15 minutes after the sun goes down, and I look back across the field, and there are 4 bucks there, and there's one that's just absolutely huge. By then, it's almost dark. Legal shooting time ends a half an hour after sunset. And I'm glassing, I'm looking at the clock, and I'm trying to figure out whether or not this deer's going to get there in time for legal shooting time. It's an early muzzleloader hunt. No scopes, just plain old open sight. So with me not being an open sight shooter for many years, I was very limited in the distance that I felt comfortable with. Well, finally, it's legal shooting time is over with, and the deer walks in, and he is close enough. He's about 50 yards away, and he's eating beans just right out in front. And when you look at him, you can tell this deer, he is at least a 160. It's too late to do any shooting. It is too late to shoot. It's past legal shooting time. So the best that I can do is just sit there and wait and watch, and wait for it to get dark and darker and darker and darker.
Well, you know what they say, it's always darkest.
Yeah, I know, before the dawn.
No, before it turns pitch black.
After seeing that trophy buck too late and too far away to take a shot, Wizoon wants to double check that his charcoal burner is still dead on, especially because he's using iron sights. So he tamps down a fresh load and a bullet and touches one off. And when the smoke clears and he and outfitter Christensen walk on to examine the target, Wizoon knows he'll be ready if that good-looking whitetail puts in an encore appearance. The postman rings twice, and so does the whitetail, when Winchester's World of Whitetail returns. Winchester's World of Whitetail returns to Larry Wizoon's hunt with Kansas trophy whitetails, where deer are not the only game in town. Hunting is proven best late in the day, so Wizoon takes time one afternoon to visit the nearby historical Fort Larned. The origins of the fort lie all the way back in the days of Kit Carson, who passed this way with the first of those following the Santa Fe Trail from Missouri to New Mexico in the 1820s. By the time of the Civil War, the Santa Fe Trail had become such a vital transportation corridor, the U.S. military had to build forts, like Larned, along its route to protect all the freighters, stagecoaches, and travelers. The Santa Fe Trail carried the goods people needed. When it comes to whitetail, the goods they need are becoming better understood, as Wisehuhn explains in Larry's World of Management.
Whitetail deer nutrition. Years ago, researchers found that whitetail deer did their best in terms of body and antlers on a protein diet that was about 16 to 18%, but on a daily basis, not just on a seasonal basis. Some parts of the country may have 14 to 20% protein in the spring, wintertime maybe 4% protein. What we've learned is those best deer come from areas where that nutritional level is the same all the time. Recent research also, however, shows that energy in terms of fats and carbohydrates is equally important to what protein levels are. But the importance of nutrition also goes deeper in the fact that a healthy animal is a whole lot better at fighting off disease and parasite problems than one that's weakened because of nutritional problems. In some states, it's legal to do some supplementation in terms of different types of farms in not only food plots, but also in terms of different types of meals and maybe even pelleted rations. Unfortunately, too many people equate supplementation with baiting, and the two are totally different. In some states, it's legal to bait. That's where you're trying to attract deer to you to a particular spot during the hunting season. But supplementation is something that you do throughout the rest of the year. It occurs primarily after that hunting season is over with, because that is such a key nutritional time when it comes to trying to grow bigger bucks, because they're really trying to grow body and antler at that time, or in the instance of does, they're trying to grow fawns, and that's the future of your hunting. Okay, got my gun inside. Already in the vehicle. Oh, Lordy. Whoops, excuse me, sir. Be careful, Stan. Yeah, I'm dangerous.
It's understandable that Wisehuhn would be in a rush to get back into the field. The land is thick with whitetail, and all the signs point unmistakably to the fact that there are some real monsters hanging around.
Oh man, look at that. Old buck's really just started rubbing on this one. He's tearing up a bunch of stuff. Look how tall that thing is. Now that comes up to my chest. He has really been hooking into that thing. He's gouging it very deeply, pushing hard. Looks like it's been rubbed on last year, and that's perfect. A lot of times you look for a rub that's got a lot of scarring from the previous year and this year. But I love that deep gouging he's got there. There's quite a trail coming right through here. Coming right along the edge of this thing right here. You look way over yonder, you can see there's a trail that goes almost all the way to the fence line over there. Oh man, this looks like the ideal spot.
Last evening, time and light ran out on Wisehuhn as he watched one of the biggest deer he's ever hunted. See if he gets a second chance when Winchester World of Whitetail continues.
Winchester's World of Whitetail is brought to you by the Dallas Safari Club, promoting conservation, education, and ethical hunting worldwide. Nikon, the trusted name in optics. Winchester Ammunition, the American legend. Thompson Center, America's master gunmaker. Cabela's, the world's foremost outfitter. The Buck Bomb blows away traditional scents. Bad Boy Buggies, they'll never hear you coming. And by Wild Game Innovations, nutrition, attraction, and action.
There's some big Kansas bucks waiting for Larry Wisehuhn as we get back to Winchester World of Whitetail.
The first afternoon that we hunted, we saw this really good, tall, really tall 10-point. Problem was he came in about 5 minutes after legal shooting time was over with. Couldn't wait to get back the next afternoon. Now the area that we were hunting, there was no way to really get in there during the morning time, because if you did, you were going to spook the deer out of the field, and we didn't want to do anything to upset a pattern that those deer had created. There's some more does down there. I think they're does, yes. No doubt. Deer start coming in, little does, little fawns, you know, big does, little fawns, and we're glassing, and I'm glassing, and you know, not really a whole lot showing up. And I'm just sitting there hoping and praying this really big buck that I saw the afternoon before is going to show up before legal shooting time. Here comes the mob turkeys. Several gobblers in that bunch. They're with hens. I can't believe that. That's the wrong time of year. Finally, a little buck shows up just about time the sun's down, and you know, we've got about 30 minutes of legal shooting time left. Deer really starting to come out. Well, I wish you were that big deer we're looking for. It gets to be about 10, 12 minutes after sundown, and I'm checking my telephone to be sure that what time it is, and I'm going, oh my gosh, and I'm beginning to have second doubts that something may show up. There's a deer. There's a deer up there right on the edge of that brush line. Then I just happened to look through one little hole in that pop-up blind, and as far away as I can see, here walks a buck. I can just see his antlers come up above this little hill, and he's not very wide. He's probably right at his ears wide, but oh my goodness, is he tall. Oh my goodness, that's him. Big, tall, 10-point. I'm going, oh please, and I've got the phone here and I'm looking at the time. We got about 12 minutes left, and he's coming a little bit, and then he comes at a run. I'm looking at the clock, and oh my goodness, we got plenty of time left, thankfully. And he's coming at a run, he's coming at a run, he stops at about 150 yards out there. And he turns and goes to the right, my right. Oh no, he's veering this way. And I'm thinking, oh my goodness, this deer is going to come around behind us. He is going to smell us. The wind's blowing in my face, and he's going, and I'm watching, and he's going to the right, and I'm following with binoculars, and finally, I'm leaned way over, and I just know he's going to go around behind us, and it's going to be over with. And I check, you know, make sure, just in case he happens to come back. Yep, we've got about 8 minutes of legal shooting time left. He's right there, see him, he's coming back, he's coming back. He's right there, he's about 75, 80 yards away, and he's angling his way right in front of us. Get the rifle up, I've got the hammer cocked. We're just waiting because he is coming at a slow walk. He's coming at a slow walk. I look at the clock real quickly. There's about 5, 6 minutes of time left before legal shooting time is over with again. And he walks right to the spot where we put the buck bomb. I've got that front bead right where it's supposed to be. Take a deep breath. Can't see for the smoke. Oh, he's hit hard. He's hit hard, he's hit hard, he's hit hard. I can see him, he's stumbling. He's down, he is down.
With mere minutes of legal shooting time left, Wiseoon has made an absolutely perfect shot with his muzzleloader. Now, not even he knows quite how good this buck is. But the next morning, after dressing the deer and hanging it overnight, the full light of day begins to reveal the whole story.
A little bit of fuzz left right there. Yep. Some velvet. I love this tine length. I mean, my gracious. I mean, those are 11, 12-inch tines right there.
Yeah. I know we're looking this deer straight on. He doesn't look as good as he is until he turns and whatever. So
he's not real wide. but I don't care. I love that tine line. God, what a pretty deer. I really appreciate the opportunity to come up here and hunt with you.
Well, I'm glad you're here, because I mean, we've been trying for a long time, but you've been so busy. You know.
We've been friends for a long, long time.
Yeah.
We've hunted a few other places together, and it was finally the right opportunity to come up here and hunt. But this is the kind of deer that the average guy that comes up here and spends a little time, you know, passes up other bucks. He's got an opportunity to shoot this kind of deer.
The tail of the tape shows Wisehoon that he's taken a buck that grosses over 173 points, making this the biggest deer he's ever taken in the Sunflower State of Kansas. On Winchester's World of Whitetail.